Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of our project analysis series. Today we are going through our first Central Region product of the year. And moving forward, there's a lot of Central Region project. Today we are going through the first one that's coming up in March, I think.
End March,
right? Yeah, this is called One Marina Gardens.
Which a lot of them call short form OMG lah. So we might be using more of OMG today because it's easier for us to actually use this to tell you. But end of the day, today we are definitely going to do a very different way of analysis because this is the CBD area. And of course, if you are talking about CBD area, there's a lot of things that buyers are looking for. There's a lot of different things that buyers are looking for, I would say that. If you have seen a lot of analysis, we focus a lot on layouts, we focus a lot on pricing, we focus a lot on the facade of the condo, whether it's nice or not nice, things like that. Honestly, I would say if you are talking about mass market condo, layout is one of the most important things. If you are talking about Central Region condo like D9, 10, maybe like Bukit Timah, like Orchard, the entrance will be very important. The feel of the condo will be very important. It must make people feel that it's expensive. But if you're talking about CBD, which is like Tanjong Pagar, like Marina area, of course all these things will be a bit important if you're buying the 3 and 4 bedroom. But most of the people buying here will be focusing on the 1 and 2. Yeah. For OMG, there's almost 70% 1 and 2 bedroom. And I would say one thing, if you are focusing and buying on the 1 and 2, you only need to focus on one word, which is
renter.
Yes. So you don't care about how the condo look like, you don't care about anything else, you just care about if my condo can give me not the best rental, the best renter yield. Because I can have very high renter, but yet because my purchase price is very high, like example Woolwich, the renter is extremely high, the purchase price is also very high, and it will affect your whole renter yield. I'm not saying Woolwich is not good, but what I'm trying to say is that, for example, if Woolwich is able to fetch a very good rental, but yet their purchase price is in a quite reasonable range to make their rental yield become very attractive in that region, that will be a good investment for the CBD. Okay?
In short, right, what we are trying to say is that your future buyer, right, potentially or very, very high, 90%, 95% of time will be an investor. And that's why when investors come into this area, to them, rental yield is extremely important. So for this entire presentation today, we are not going to place a lot of focus on layout. The most important thing here will be the rental yield.
Correct. So just before we move forward, one last thing. We are always talking about what our future buyers are looking for because we need to understand who our future buyer is, then we will be able to make money from them. So our future buyer in One Marina Garden will be mainly people who are buying for rental purposes. Why do I emphasize that the facade, the condo, is it nice or not? It's not that important because there's a lot of buyers that's buying in this region. They don't even see the unit itself. They just see, I every month can collect so much money in. I will be buying in.
Even we have also seen examples whereby the layout is totally odd shape. But still, the rental yield is super solid.
Yep.
As you manage to sell. So this is why we'll be placing a lot of emphasis on rental yield. Yep. So let me show you some artist impression of this development over here. It's quite a beautiful project because this area is undergoing some transformation, right?
It's a new township. So there's some units that will be facing Gardens by the Bay.
Sentosa, the Straits area. Basically, there's quite a bit of like views over here if you want to.
But mainly the 3 and 4 bedrooms that's having the good facing. The 1 bedroom are maybe getting the average lah. You see other buildings, things like that. You want the unblocked view, will be the 4 bedroom, and there's 1 2 bedroom that is facing the unblocked view. But I do not know the pricing yet. Of course, like what we always do, we will do price analysis. Later on, we will tell you what are the steps that we want to take before we go into a better thing. If the Bay facing, Garden by the Bay facing 2 bedroom is slightly higher only, then I definitely will go for that. But if it's way higher, skip that. So later, this is what we will touch on the last part of the whole video. So do stay on all the way to the last part, which we will run through what are the steps that we take to do this analysis.
Yep. So some basic info about this development is by Kingsford. Very interesting. I think this is their first prime area project, right? And this project have got 937 units itself. POP somewhere in 2029. What I noticed here is, of course, in this area, the car park itself is only half of the entire development, which frankly is quite common for the CBD area. Also, one thing that's common in the CBD area is that car parks here, generally some projects they do charge for car parks. Means it's not complimentary. When you buy a residential unit here, you may not get complimentary car park over here. But this particular project, as of now, the information that we have received so far is that it is complimentary, but it's based on first come, first serve.
So side plan and unit mix. This part, it will be garden by the bay this part. So like you can see the 4-bedroom, the 3-bedroom, and there's a 2+ study that's facing here. And there's another 2+ study here, 3-bedroom that's facing the garden by the bay. The rest of the units are facing various other things. The only one that is fully unblocked will be garden by the bay, and you definitely know that it will not change. So this will be the prime facing, okay? We are not going to dive too much into it, but this is what is going to happen.
Yes, and then of course this is the artist impression of it. I think now move on to the unit mix first. What we are seeing here is a very obvious, there's a lot of heavy loading on the small unit types here. In fact, like what Alex said just now, it takes up about 70%.
71%
of the entire development. So I can tell you the competition can be quite intense over here. For the big units, not so much, but what I noticed is that based on the current indicative price, right, the 3-bedroom to the 4-bedroom jump is actually quite significant.
So you see, because the size difference is quite big for the 3 and 4. Of course, there's some in between 3-bedroom that will be closer to the 4-bedroom prices. But if you can see here very clearly, first, this is 71%, correct? But there's one more thing. There's 29 units of dual key, which means that they add another 58 units of 1 and 2-bedroom size. Because the 3 dual key means that it's a mixture of a 1 and a 2 together, which make the development to almost, I would say, close to 75%, which is the smaller unit. And the focus will be there. Of course, you can see from here there is like oversupply issue in terms of the smaller unit. But I would dare to tell you, in future, the smallest you go, the highest rental you will be having. So this is the fact of CBD area. Because a lot of people are coming here, they are not coming, bring their whole family, come down and stay here. Those who have their family coming to Singapore, they will not stay in CBD. So only like 1% in Singapore or 2%, they will be staying in CBD. So the 1 and 2 will be the most sought after, okay?
Yep. So we'll jump straight to our 1-bedroom analysis. For the 1-bedroom itself, let's look at the layout first. For the layout itself, there are altogether 8 layouts, but we did not include one of them here because there's only one unit of that particular layout. But the one generally comes in 2 sizes. One is the 420 square feet and the other one is the 431 square feet that you are seeing over here. Well, in terms of the layout, at one glance, please, can you tell the difference? Or actually, all looks the same to you?
Some narrower foyer, some wider. You can see here like this wider, this narrow, but you can't really see the difference. I would only say one thing, you really cannot see the difference. Is which one cheaper, go which one. This one is as simple as that. What is the most cheapest available on the launch day, you go for which one. Because end of the day, all these different layout, even very different layout. Just now Joy was saying the odd-shaped master bedroom, odd-shaped room, they still get good rental. So why? Because tenants are not so particular in terms of layout, because they would be thinking, I will not be staying here for long. So purchase and rental different. Purchase layout is very important because all the buyers come in, they will say, wow, this one can stay or not, that one can stay or not, things like that. But for rental purposes, they don't really care. So I would definitely not want to dive deep into all the layout. But I want to say one thing. I've seen the SHOWFLAT, the room size are one of the biggest in all the projects that I've seen. Even the 1-bedroom, I think the master bedroom is about 10.5 square meter. You go and see the 3-bedroom. All the common rooms are about 10 square meter, which is not common. I think this is an additional bonus that you can have for the future tenants that you will be looking at. Because there won't be a lot of buyers looking to stay in this area. So we want to focus on rental.
But again, one more thing is also that the room shape here are more regular, right, than a lot of other parts of
this
CBD.
This is better.
If there's a bonus.
You see the shape very nice, but the room shape very chala. So no choice.
Because they have to match the facade. So it's like curvy.
No choice.
So anyway, this is the other one bedroom size, 420 square feet. So right now, let's dive into the rental prediction. Because in fact, all the 2 or 3 bedrooms over here, some of the units types here runs in bigger sizes. Because our size is 400 plus but the sale and other projects nearby, they are about 600, 800 for a 1 bedroom also, right? So how do we determine how much we can rent it out for? Does having a smaller size means that our rental will be lesser than them?
Because a lot of people are saying they used to quote, because we always used to quote the surrounding rental as our rental. But the sale, you look at Marina 1, the unit size is about 700 square feet.
For the 1 bedder.
Slightly smaller than 700 square feet. So they can rent at 5,500, 5,800. Can we get at 5,000? So this is one thing. Because a lot of people will just take 5,500. Then we have very good rental, I mean, honestly, but I doubt so. So we want to do a prediction for you, but it cannot be we just take the size and divide and minus. So we want to show you some numbers. That's why this video we are saying is very different from all the videos that we have done from the start until now. We are doing it very differently because we are definitely talking about very different product.
Okay, so before we go into Marina area, we are going to use another CBD area, which is Tanjong Pagar, which is very similar to Marina area because it's all a lot of expats, a lot of commercials, right? So what we are doing right now is that we're going to take the rental of 3 condos over here, which is Icon, as you can see over here, Altes and Sky Square Anson. Okay, we are going to show you that regardless of the size of the 1 bedder, the total rental amount that they generate is pretty much the same. Okay, so first is Icon. Icon's smallest 1 bedroom starts from 500 to 600 square feet. Then the next size will be 600 to 700 square feet, and then 700 to 800 square feet. You can see a trend over here is that the bigger you get, right, the per square feet differences in terms of rental gets smaller.
So in short, the smaller unit get higher per square foot rental.
Correct.
In CBD, we need to talk about per square foot rental. In outskirt, we might not focus so much on per square foot rental. Why? Because the unit size, some of the smaller unit, right, they can build a better layout than the bigger unit. But the CBD area is very different. We see a trend. So even if you see Altes, you see the 500 to 600 square feet 1 bedroom is rented at $8 per square foot, $8 to $9.
Yep.
The 8,900 is rented at $6.5 per square foot. So although there will be overall a difference in the rental prices, you can see like the 8,900 is about 5,400 to 5,700. The 5 to 600 is about 4,008, but actually the 5,400 maybe make more sense in terms of the full rental yield because they will be purchasing at a lower price also. So these are the things that we want to think of. But we want to do a summary for you. So Sky Suite at Anson is one of the smallest unit I've seen in whole Singapore.
This is really the shoebox unit.
It's 368 square feet or something like that. I've been to one unit. You walk in, I think that's one of my boss that time he got buy an investment after he sold it. So
I remember
we go and see the house. So we go in, like no house to see because I reached.
Once you step in,
finish already. No room, nothing. Nothing. Really nothing. Got only one toilet. It's like a studio. Then after he told us he rent out at 3,008. So 3,000 for this size. So it's almost like $11. So you can see for Sky Suite, it's so much higher than the rest. Average is $9.81.
Correct. Even though it's smallest in size as compared to the other 2, right?
And yes, and 9.81 we are actually taking not average. 9.81 is more on the lower side. If you see, only got this 9.2, 9.7, 9.8. You see that almost everything is above 10. Okay, and there's one unit that's transacted at $12. So later we are going to take analysis using maybe $11 calculate for you. Okay, but what I'm trying to show you here, you look at this, then you can see very clearly in the chart, the smaller it gets, higher the per square foot rental. We are not talking about rental yield yet. We are talking about per square foot rental. So we are going to use this to go and estimate what is one Marina Garden rental. Because we cannot calculate, say, oh, the sale is 6,000, I'm going to have 6,000, I'm going to use this. So the sale is transacting at $7, we might be getting at $11. At $11 at our size, how much are we getting?
Yeah, what's the rental you're getting?
Because we still have things that is different, like today we are harmonization, we are squarish layout. All this we take aside, we just take as per what Anson is getting, maybe $10 to $11, okay?
So before we so-called estimate what's the rental yield whatsoever, we need to also know Marina area, right? what is the general rental yield that every investors over there are getting, so that we make sure that whatever your purchase price is for one Marina Gardens can match up to this rental yield. Right? So first we're going to look at the sale and marina. For the sale and marina, right, based on the one bedroom rental itself, based on the purchase price and current rental, right, they are averaging around 4.2%. All right. Then we have got Marina Bay Residences. It is quite solid. The rental yield is actually 4.8%. Even though they are much more higher in terms of quantum, right, but their rental is also able to match. But then comes Marina One Residences, 3.7%. So actually you can see that it downs in comparison as compared to just now the Marina Bay and also the sale. So what happened when you don't have a very attractive rental yield over here? You can see in the next following slide, this slide. We plonk the performances of all these three condos, the sale, Marina Bay, as well as Marina One. You can tell from here that this red color part over here, right? This Marina One is the only project that actually dropped in terms of the overall value.
From 2020 until today.
Yes, correct. And why so?
So now I'm going to explain this, and this will help you make a clearer decision moving forward to one Marina Garden. How am I going to strategize my strategy? So from here, I will just explain here. So if you look at it, this whole area, why only Marina One lose money? Because one thing, if you have seen just now, the sale is managing about 4.2% rental yield. Marina Bay Residences about 4.8%. But I would say the whole area, their acceptance level are 4%. Okay, so if you are getting this 3.7%, which means that their average purchase price about 1.6 to 1.7 million, right? They are getting maybe about $5,800 rental or $5,500 or whichever, which works out to about 3.7% in terms of rental yield. There's only two ways for this to adjust, because we need to adjust it back to the 4% yield or 4.2% yield to be attractive to buyers who are coming in. Which means buyers who are buying, they will be looking at buying Marina One at 4% rental yield at least, or 4.2%. Then they will make an offer. All the buyers coming here, remember, they are all here to invest. They are here to make money. They only care about numbers. So it have to be 4 to 4.2%. So in order for Marina One rental yield to go up to 4.2%, what can change? So based on 1.6 million purchase price and the rental of $5,000, for example, I'm not calculating the rental yield. I'm just giving you one example. So let's say this like that is 3.7% rental yield. To increase the rental yield, there's only two ways. One is to increase rental, but there's no way we can increase rental as and when we like, because the rental is like that, is like that. So we can't change it. So the only way we can make the rental yield go up to 4% is to drop the price to 1.4 million to match the average rental yield. And that's what happened to Marina One. Everybody have been talking about Marina area lose money. Not so true if you can find a unit that have good rental yield. So in terms of the strategy here, it's very different. Okay, when I get my keys, I will rent out immediately to get the first rental in. Of course, I will not ask you to dwell to hold for a high rental. But when I'm thinking of selling the unit, that is when I need to strategize. I would rather leave the unit empty for 1 month, 1.5 months, 2 months, to bring in one of the highest rental that I can lock in 2 years, 3 years. With that, I start marketing my house.
It's easier to sell to investors because typically they will buy with the tenancy as well.
And with a high rental. So that is what investors are looking for. So now, if we look at one Marina, how do we use just now what we have said to gauge what are the prices that we can buy? Okay, for example, we take an example of $11 rental per square foot. So you can do your own maths and you can go and calculate how you want to price it in terms of the rental that we can get. So let's say $11, which is just now what we have shown you. Anson averagely lowest is really $9.20.
Close to 10.
$9.80. So 10 is the average. 12 is the highest. 11 I think is quite a decent price that we are talking about. And that is non-harmonized. This is harmonized. So in terms of usable space, definitely here will be bigger. So $11, if we are talking about $11 at 4620, to get at least 4.2% rental, I buy at 1.3 million, I will still be able to do it. You get what I'm trying to say? So, in that sense, just now we are always saying that 4 to 4.2 5% is the average rental yield that people are looking for in this area. So if I can buy a unit, for example, if I can buy a unit and I can push the rental up to $12 at 5040, my price that I can achieve is for 4.2% rental yield will be about 1.45 million. So bear in mind, today I buy, let's say I buy the starting price 1.16. Let's say I got a unit $1.25 million. And at TOP, I managed to secure $12 rental. Maybe, let's not say at TOP, maybe 1 year after TOP, or 2 years or 3 years after TOP, managed to secure $12. Potentially, I can exit at how much? 1.45 million. Why? That's a 200,000 gain. Why 1.45? Because 1.45 at this rental, I still got 4.2% rental yield. Okay, so if I only can secure 11, I will be exiting maybe at 1.3, 1.35 million, which I will still have 100,000 profit. So this is how we want to gauge in terms of our entry and our exit in the One Marina area. It's purely on rental. Purely. And you have to take this to consideration. This investment will not be, I buy, I want to see a huge amount of profit. It will be, I buy and rent out at a very high rental yield. I collect my rental for 1, 2 years, 3 years. I adjust my rental outwards. I get tenants that can pay me good rental. I sell the unit at a slight profit. So to be honest, you buy, if you can get a unit 1.25 million today, and can get 200,000 profit is definitely very good.
Yes.
I can get 100,000, I would think that is good already. I mean, honestly, 1.25 million, what can you buy today?
Actually, nothing. Maybe resale.
Mass market condo 1 bedroom will be this range. I mean, I look at Lentor Central, the last few units.
But you need to have a very good queue number lah. That's the begin with.
Then you will get slower lah. But then you go to Parktown now, the balance unit is 1.2 plus lah. So this is what you will be getting. So your strategy is like come in, buy, rent out for 1, 2 years. After I collect my rental, I'm not so stressed already. I try to push it to $12. Once I got done $12, I market it for 1.4 million.
Yeah, and also for this area in particular, do not expect like, oh, I'm looking at a very short runway. You know, like I'm buy today, then I'm going to sell in 3 years' time. I expect to make a huge profit out of it. It is quite a tall task. So if you're someone who is intending to buy this area, if it's for own stay, that'll be perfect because you can just own stay and then wait it out, right? But if you're buying purely for investment, we will strongly suggest for you to take more than 3 years.
Even if you're own stay, when you want to sell, please rent out then sell here. Other places will ask you don't rent out. Here rent out and sell because buyers come in, they want ready.
Buy with tenancy.
They don't want to buy, then they go and look for their own tenants. They want ready. So this will be one of the key considerations. But like I think what Joy said is that we need to wait out. But if let's say at TOP suddenly all the rental is going at $12, then at that time you want to sell at 1.4 million possible, very possible. So what I'm trying to show here is why Marina One lose money. We don't want to have a misunderstanding that all Marina area projects are like that because Marina One, the purchase price and the rental bring in very low rental yield. That's why they lose money. Okay, Ken. So next we will go into the
2-bedroom. All right, for the 2-bedroom itself, 2-bedroom over here starts off from 2 bed 2 bath. There is no 2 bed 1 bath. This is the smallest 2-bedroom, 646 square feet. Majority are actually, or rather all are actually dumbbell layout. Okay, so the 646. Then we have got a 657. The sizes are very super close. Then we have got the 667, also
and
dumbbell.
Closed kitchen. Wow. But okay lah. Yes.
I mean that is a great point. This is a bonus because a lot of layout over here, they don't have enclosable or even enclosed kitchen. It's all mostly open concept kitchen. All right. Then we have the 2 plus study. This is second type 2 plus study. We have the 678 square feet, and then the 2-bedroom with home shelter. Okay. Also very unique to this space because you have a proper storage room where the rest of the layouts here don't have. You make me not very excited
there's a minimum
to share
amount
about
of bomb shelter they have to build for all developers. So no choice. Some units have to have bomb shelter.
Okay lor.
So
they build outside ma.
One of the units here, the bomb shelter one, stack 4. This one bomb shelter. Bonus, you come with a bay view. So okay lah, you got bomb shelter, but I got bay view. And the bomb shelter, I don't know why the wall so thick because here got more prone to herringbone, is it? Very thick. Thicker than normal.
Because it's near the leaf lah.
Oh, really?
I think
near
so
the
lah.
leaves,
Yeah.
Okay lah, never mind lah. So
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
important.
yeah.
So we are just going through all the floor plans with you.
I mean, if you are looking to study the floor plans, you can just slow down this video and just watch because we have everything sorted out for you already.
But coming back here, most important, like I say, is still your rental yield. It's still the price point.
Yep.
So rental yield is determined by two things: how high your rental can go, how low your purchase price can go. This will help you increase the rental yield. So these are the two most important. If you can, buy as cheap as possible here. Bayview maybe will give you a slightly higher rental.
Yeah.
Yes, there will be some differences.
We
but
do
it will-
see that, yeah.
It will not give you significantly higher. So if you are buying significantly higher, then no.
So buy as cheap as possible. That is our golden advice. So now, let's move on to the two-bedroom rental. Same thing, we are going to use Tanjong Pagar area to actually gauge roughly what kind of per square foot rental we're going to get over here. For Icon itself, as you can see over here, 900 to 1,000 square feet, the average PSF is $5.70. Then LTES is what? $6 plus. Then for Sky Suite, again, is on the smaller side, right? It's also higher. It's actually $8 per square foot. And if you put it together, you can again see a very similar trend as to just now the one bedroom. The smaller it is, the per square foot in terms of rental is higher.
So you see Sky Suite here, there's a unit that is transacted at $10.50 also lah. So $8 we are getting really average. So we might be using about maybe $9.50 for one marina to do the calculation for you lah.
So again, let's take a look at the two-bedroom rental yield in this area. The sale is going at about 4.4. And then we have got Marina One Residences going at 3.8. Okay, so now in order to be really safe, we have to achieve at least 4% rental yield. Can I say so? So based on 4%, over here we have got a rental PSF of 9, 10, and 11. So you will suggest that we use the 10 lah.
I think 10 will be a good gauge that we can do. So at 10, to achieve 4%, we will be buying in at about 1.9 million. So for one marina, is starting from 1.8 million. I mean, there's not so much of a room lah, honestly lah. So if you ask me, one bedroom will still be a better choice. And of course, if I have 1.8 to 2 million or 2 over million, I still have other choices that I have in the market lah. But if I have 1 million or 1.2, 1.3 million, you want to buy a new properties today, you don't have anything much to buy. So if let's say I'm only restricted to that budget, my first investment, or I'm splitting, decoupling from my current property to buy one more, and I have a limited budget that I'm looking at, then I would say one marina will be one good choice that you would want to consider this year. Very good choice that you can consider for the one bedroom. But the two bedroom, I wouldn't say it's the best, but if let's say we are able to fetch $11 in future, then we will still be sitting on a profit of maybe about 200,000, 300,000.
But this is on a very like we only compare with Marina area because Marina area generally we want to at least achieve a 4% rental yield. But we look at what is available in the current market, right? There are quite a few developments in the city fringe area. There is actually the 2 bed 1 bath even asking 1.8 something, and they don't fetch as good as a rental like what we have here at One Marina Gardens. If we really need peak, of course, we will choose the one bedroom, but two bedroom here for rental yield, frankly, is not so bad. If you were to compare to
maybe I just do a summary
outskirt
for Joy. It's simple as that. If I can buy I go for many balloting already. Let's say I go for Lentor Central. I get a good queue. I can buy 1.45 million 2 bed 2 bath. Buy or don't buy? Buy lah. But if I try for so many ballot, every time reach me, the 2 bedroom is 1.9 million. Park Town 1.9, Chuan Park 1.95. Go to Alta also 1.7.
Then I might as well settle for this one marina.
I might as well settle 1.8 for this one marina. I try ballot again, one marina. I get a good queue. 1.8, 1.85, 1.9. Buy lah. You get me? Sometimes it's still down to the balloting queue. You can't determine by that. So I got a lot of clients who have very good balloting. I got one client who got Q33 for Alta. They still have to buy 1.7 plus million.
Wow.
So I got one more client who got Q100 for Ori. Then bought Ori at a good price lah. So this type, okay. I got one client, Emerald at Katong, 3,000 plus, Chuan Park 2,000 plus, Nava Grove also about 800 Q. So you know there is no so much luck in terms of balloting. I mean, I can try for life, but how long can I try, right? So in that case, I saw something good. I got a pretty good queue, or I saw something good in the market, there is some of the post-launch unit, good price, then you can go for it. I mean, the analysis video that we are doing here is not to tell you what to buy, it's not to tell you that you have to buy today, it's to tell you what a safe price that you can enter if you are considering this project. So in terms of One Marina, I would say, very honestly, the max that we can sell in future will be about 2.15 million range. I do not think that we will reach $12 per square foot rental. So if you're okay with this range of profit, let's say I'm buying in at 1.95, I'm okay to maximum achieve a 200,000 profit, yet collect rental for 2, 3, 4 years at a very high rental yield. And that's your choice.
1.95, you think still can achieve a 200,000 profit?
If I can, let's say, because here, $11 is 2.15,
okay,
I based on it, because we based on the highest possible rental yield we can collect. Highest possible rental per square foot is about $11. I don't think it can go any higher for 2 bedroom.
But I mean, for me, I like to be conservative, so I'll just take the middle range, the $10 one.
Correct, but what I'm trying to tell you here is we are using what is a potential highest that we can achieve, because Sky Suite is done at about close to $11, $10.46, and this is non-harmonized project. So highest, I think $11. I can sell at 2.15 with a 4% rental yield. So highest sales price I can imagine is 2.15 as of now. So if you are buying anything, then you're okay with that, then go ahead. The video purpose is to do what? Let you understand where is a good price that you can enter and what you can achieve from here. You decide on your own. If you can't decide, you still don't know, you need more advice, reach out to us. We will see our best to help you. Next, we will go into the
3-bedroom. 3-bedroom itself, we have got the 3-bedroom compact, then we have the 3-bedroom dual key, and the 3-bedroom premium. So for the 3-bedroom compact, this will be the smallest one, 904 square feet. Very interesting when we first saw the layout.
Very nice, very nice. This one Bayview, 2.45 million. This one, very cheap.
Yep.
But I got something to tell you.
What?
I saw the model and I know why 2.45. Because Bayview, how can be so cheap, right? How much per square foot? This one is about 2007.
Yes.
Starting from 27 for Bayview. Good or not?
Good. But no Bayview lah.
No Bayview. Later I tell you. You want to say what you say first? Later
I want to show you the other 3-bedroom compact first. Then the next one, of course, is a 980 square feet. All this odd shape thingy is not going to affect your unit, right? Then we have the 1012 square feet. Very pai lah, huh? Okay, you want to share something before we move on to the dual key?
So 904, I was wondering why the Bayview can be so cheap, because I thought Bayview will start from at least a 5% increment. So we start from 2009 or 3,000 per square foot. So this 2.45 million, this unit, second floor or first floor, facing right into the function room. You can say hi on this. So I predict very high chance.
After that jump.
Second floor, 2.45. Third floor, with Kingsford standard, we might see 2.65. Something like that. Possible, because I really see that unit, the second floor is really hard for you to resale in future.
But good rental you say okay ma?
Imagine everybody walk past and see you and they celebrate birthday, everything, they'll see you because it's really facing right into the function room. So you're free, you're going to see. I think some of our viewer, because we are in SHOWFLAT quite often, so that time I was Ori, I was in charge there, I was there every day. There's a few viewers walk up to me and say, hey, you told us cannot buy this. So I think watch already. If you all see me in SHOWFLAT, come and say hi to me. What we do, we really go into very fine details.
This is the one and only dual key layout. It's also kind of like our favorite, which we will explain why later. It's 969 square feet, however, only one stack. It's made out of the 1-bedroom over here, and also a proper 2-bedroom.
But there's one small problem here. I mean, the 2-bedroom is definitely very nice. You have window in your master bedroom toilet. The common toilet don't have because you're facing the 1-bedroom side. There's no way you can do it. So you have your proper living area, proper dining, everything proper. You see the size of the master, huge, very big. So there's one problem, is there's no door in the 2-bedroom. I don't know why. So you have to go and do yourself. Which means this person who you rent out to the 1-bedroom, they can come into a 2-bedroom unit straight. So you need to do another door there. This is additional that you need to go and settle. And how big the door is, I don't know how you're going to settle.
Then onto the 3-bedroom premium. So it's 1066 square feet, and then we have here the 1173 square feet, and then the 1238. You notice we didn't even like really dive into the layouts lah. If you are looking for own stay, frankly, it's very decent layout. I gotta say. And bonus, there are walls that you can hack to combine into. You just look so like. Okay, now on to the most important part, which is out of all the 3-bedroom over here, we are most passionate about the dual key layout because of, again, what's the most important thing about buying here is the rental yield. Well, I use a very conservative purchase price now, 2008. So it's about 2.8 million. Because for this development itself, right, you can actually break down the unit. You can rent out the 1-bedroom as per the 1-bedroom, which is why I estimated 10 per square feet. Of course, just now earlier you mentioned that we can actually go higher, 11.
Highest for 1-bedroom is 12 lah. Highest for 2-bedroom is 11 lah. Highest
So we are very conservative.
We are taking very conservative amount.
So even though I'm being very conservative, I take a 10 per square feet rental for the 1-bedroom and also $9 per square feet for the 2-bedroom. We still work out, you see. 4% rental yield.
4%.
Not bad, right?
But of course, the approximate size we have to adjust a bit because some of the space not so usable. And this is not exactly a 1-bedroom, it's like a studio, so maybe 300 plus square feet. We do not want to dive into all this. We never really go and measure everything. So the 2-bedroom may be about 600 plus, 700 square feet possible. But end of the day, I would just want to say we are using a very, very low PSF to calculate the rental. So there will be a good chance that you can appreciate. But what we are trying to do here today, we are not trying to say this purchase price can buy or cannot buy. We are trying to tell you how much you can exit in future. If we are talking about $9,121 rental, you exit at 2.8 million, they still can achieve 3.9%. Where a 3-bedroom in this vicinity are all getting about 3.6, 3.7 rental. So let's say your rental is 11,000, for example. For some reason, some of the per square foot go higher, things like that. Then I buy 2.8. Will I be able to exit at 3 million, 3.2 million?
Yes, possible.
So you have to go and do your own math in terms of that. But we are just trying to tell you, how do we calculate? You use this, then you calculate. If I'm talking about 3.7% rental yield at 11,000, how much I can sell?
You must basically work out the purchase price on your own.
How much I can sell? Then maybe the amount work out to be 3.2 million. So this is how you want to calculate. So our top choice will be the 3-bedroom dual key. Why? You see all my videos, I always say, don't buy dual key. Don't buy dual key. Like Nava Grove, until today, the dual key are not selling. Alta, don't buy dual key. Alta maybe still a bit better because their side the rental is high.
True, because we're under this impression like dual key very super hard to sell.
Very hard to sell. I got buyers who walk into me and tell me he also watched my video. My referral buyer suddenly saw me, then we chit-chat halfway, he say, hey, I think I got watch your video. You're the one who say dual key can't buy. Yeah. So dual key don't buy.
But why are we changing our statement over here?
So why EC dual key units outperform condos dual key unit, and why OMG dual key can buy? So let me share with you one thing. So do you see this one, La Festa? Not just La Festa, I'm talking about everything. La Festa 3-bedroom is an average of 1.7 million. A 4-bedroom is 1.82 million, and the dual key is 2.326 million. Okay? Put it simple. This is a case where the dual key is much bigger. There's some cases where the dual key and the 4-bedroom, they are slightly same, or dual key is slightly bigger. But this one is a bit more bigger. So I want to put it this way. People who are buying La Festa, people who are buying mass market condo, if I want to buy a 4-bedroom and I have a budget of 2.1 million, okay? Budget of 2.1, I want a 4-bedroom. Or let's say I have a budget of 2.3 million, I want a 4-bedroom. I want a 4-bedroom, will I buy dual key? Yes or no?
No.
Why? Because I need a 4-bedroom.
I need a 4-bedroom.
And the dual key, I only have a 3-bedroom because the 1-bedroom is rented out. That's the purpose, right? Then if this purpose is out of the picture, I will buy what? I buy the classic 4-bedroom, correct?
Correct.
I buy the classic 4-bedroom. I will not go and buy the dual key. But let's see here, in Topiary, that's the difference. Of course, this is the highest price that is transacted for dual key. Some of my friend bought that at 1.4, 1.5 million. So I put it this way. For a Topiary 4 dual key, which means 3 room is usable, 1 room is rental, correct? So if let's say I have a 2.3, 2.4 million budget, would I be considering buying this Topiary?
Maybe because I still
Maybe.
got surplus.
I put it the other way around. If I'm a 3-bedroom buyer for La Festa, I will have maybe a 1.7 to 1.8 million budget. Will I stretch a bit to buy a Topiary 4 dual key where I still have a 3-bedroom and can rent out 1 bedroom?
Got chance.
There is a good chance because I still fulfill my 3-bedroom needs, yet I got the additional 1 bedroom. But of course now the dual key in the EC are all selling super well, all the resale, and the price have rise so much. Last time is even more attractive.
In fact, actually not much transaction lah.
No,
Nobody's
really,
selling.
You can't find any units. So the prices have went up a lot for the 4 dual key. But even today, you get what I mean? Because now I have to see the buyers who have this budget looking for a 4-bedroom will not buy a 4 dual key. Okay? If you're selling a 4 dual key, you're selling to buyers who are looking for a 3-bedroom. So that's the problem with condo dual key. But EC dual key usually is slightly lower. If I stretch a bit, a 3-bedroom buyer can afford a 4 dual key. That's the reason why EC dual key sell. And now why OMG dual key is different. Remember, people who are buying projects in the mass market, they are looking for own stay. Top priority is own stay. So I can have own stay, yet a bit of investment. I buy the dual key. But if I can't achieve the 4 dual key in La Festa, I would consider my first priority for my own use. So I will buy the typical unit, the good layout, blah, 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 all these things. But now for OMG, in future, all my buyers are looking for rental yield. Your rental yield need to be high.
Yes.
How you can maximize and push out your rental yield will be the top most priority. So if you get ways, like example, do co-living or whichever, to push out your rental to 12,000, 13,000, then you will be able to achieve a good sales price in future. But of course, you still have to push up the whole rental in the whole OMG area. You cannot say that my own unit is 12,000, the rest of your unit is 9,000. I want to achieve a higher price because people will be skeptical about it also. So a dual key makes sense because all the same stack will be having a high rental. So you just need to do a report to show everybody that all the dual keys are averagely rental at $10,500. Today I'm only asking 3 million from you and you can achieve this type of yield. So a dual key makes sense in the CBD. But of course, a bigger quantum in CBD also take a bit longer to sell. Because
but anyway, there's also only one stack of this dual key. And also this is why our second option is the 3-bedroom compact. You can see that very simply put, right? The 3-bedroom compact. You can see that the rental, there's a drop there. Because you can only rent out as a 3-bedroom. But if you were to separate it out as a 2-bedroom and also a 1-bedroom, you will definitely get higher yield.
2.55 not easy.
Okay, 4-bedroom, extremely big,
very
1,006.
nice layout.
Very nice.
Facing garden by the bay.
Okay.
That's it. So it's good, it's nice. You like to buy own stay, you buy. You will not have good rental yield. Okay? Now, summary. Focus on rental yield, especially for One Marina.
It's all about rental yield. Just remember, it's all about rental yield.
How to maximize, how to push up my rental yield. This is the most
If you got
important.
a strong rental yield, it means also that you will have a very healthy profit when you sell. But if you don't, you saw what happened at Marina 1.
So how to shortlist unit? This is the last part that we are going to run through, which I promised you at the start. Of course, I'm going to run through with you what are the steps that we want to take, especially understanding this is by Kingsford. Okay, so Kingsford, based on our track record,
if you have seen our videos previously, we also talk about Queensford's pricing strategy, right?
The one thing is definitely per floor jump is low.
Yes.
This is usually their style, very low per floor jump. Don't talk about the Chuan Park 2nd to 3rd floor thing. But I think second floor is 1.66 million, for example.
That was the price that they advertised
then
at.
third floor is 1.76, something like that, something like that. But the key thing is 3rd floor to 4th floor. Every floor become $4,000. I mean, how many people can get the 2nd floor? You're damn lucky then you can get, right? But if you're the 3rd floor onwards, you wouldn't be buying 4th floor, 5th floor. You will be buying 10, 15, 20th floor because it's only $4,000. So per floor jump is low. That's one thing that Kingsford always do. But in Normanton Park, they got different strategy. Chuan, they load it on the 2nd to 3rd floor. All the 2nd to 3rd floor, they load. Also, they load most of it there. Different facing prices, not far apart. Not like huge differences. Normanton, they load the price on the good facing, like the park facing are all the loading. Also, we think in this One Marina Garden, there might be 2 situations they will do. So how do we shortlist the unit based on the developer pricing strategy? I want you to do 2 steps first. First, how do we find out the prices? Find out whether there is this 2nd to third floor premium.
This one, what Alex is saying is that you have to do this on the day of the sale, on the sale day.
Because we don't have the price beforehand. So with this, you understand what is the strategy in this development. So based on your stack that you want, maybe you got 4 stacks that you want, which is stack 2, 4, 5, 8. For example, I will take 02, 02, 03, 02. Then I will take 02, 04, 03, 04. 02, 05, 03, 05. I will take this 4 to understand whether there's this thing. Step 1. Step 2, what I will do, after I understand, yes or no, I still have to continue to do it. Select on the stacks that they do not have this jump. Okay? If they have this jump, no choice. All have this jump, then no choice. If certain stack do not have this jump, so 2 to 3, no jump. Let's say stack 2 don't have, then I take 4th floor, 5th floor, 6th floor.
To see the per level jump.
Per level jump low, I now go for the mid to high floor prices. Then I do the divide to see whether they maintain the per level jump. Because for Chuan Park, they really maintain 4,000 all the way. If really 4,000 all the way, I try to go for mid to high floor.
Because depending on the quantum that you enter, 4,000 may not be very significant.
Yes, correct. So if they based on the same percentage jump, which is their average for Chuan Park is about 0.25 to 0.3%, which means your 1 bedroom is $3,000 jump. So I will go high. I mean, definitely I will go high. So this is the strategy 1. Strategy 2. So let's say, especially only for 2 bedroom. 1 bedroom, I don't think you have to go through this. 2 is to find out whether Bayview have a premium and how much. Or
the different facing.
So this one I have to go by per square foot. So I have to take the non-bay and the bay. To be safe, you still have to adopt this first strategy first for the units that you want, so you know there's a premium or not. But to be safe, to check the premium here, go from mid to high floor. Because usually they might not load on the low floor, they might load it on the mid floor. Then you suddenly see low floor, no premium, it says whack the Bayview, then you go to the mid floor, hey, why so expensive? So check the mid floor. Then you understand the premium per square foot. You don't check the quantum. Quantum confirm bigger because it's bigger unit. Okay? Per square foot, how much higher? If it's more than 5% higher, go for non-bay. If it's less than 5%, you could be considering the Bayview or for investment purposes. So this is the whole strategy. I know it's not as simple. I know it sounds a bit complicated, but I hope this can help. But if looking at this still can't help and you still need help, call us. Let us know, then we can see how we can help you.
I think Alex have also shared this pricing thing in the past few videos also.
Yeah, but it's a bit different for all the projects because there's some different things that we want to take note on the different developers that we are talking about.
Strategy is, again, very, very different. We are just solely focusing on the rental yield over here. So that would be all for our analysis for One Marina Gardens. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us before the sale day.
I think 28 or 29, they will start the preview. Our video should be out maybe on the first day of the preview, around there, or the first week of the preview, most probably. Once it reaches you, you have seen the project, you are still unsure how to go about it, you need any help, just drop us a message. But you have not seen it and you want to understand more about it, I think this is a good chance.
Yes. Okay, if that's all, I will see you guys. Bye.
Bye.